We are productive. We are productive. We are productive. We are productive. Hi everybody, I'm Kelly Mataure. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I don't know about you guys, but I'm someone who struggles with productivity. Trying to get anything done, especially when you're self-employed, can be such a battle. I know for a lot of us, we've been working from home, or for a lot of you guys out there, self-employed and entrepreneurs, I know it can be difficult to just stay on track and get things done in your businesses. But today we're going to talk about different tips that you can do today to help you stay productive all the time. My first tip is to stop lying to yourself. Okay, just stop it. Stop lying to yourself. Don't procrastinate and tell yourself you're going to do something later if you're just not going to do it. Maybe you guys are like me. Maybe you've considered doing something and you're like, oh, you know what, that's fine, I'll do it in the evening today. If you know it's not going to happen, don't do it. Don't procrastinate. Be true to yourself. Figure out the kind of person that you are. There's some people who work extremely well early in the morning. There are other people who are night owls. Figure out which one you are and stop lying to yourself. It's not easy. Like, I used to tell myself, no, I'll get up early in the morning and do it. No, that's a lie. I am not a morning person. I struggle to get out of bed. Don't do that. Work to your strengths. If you work well late at night or the first part of the morning between 8 and 12, maximize that time where you know you're going to be most productive and do the most important tasks first. For my second tip, I use what's called the top 3 method, which is basically where you set aside 3 tasks for the day that you need to get done. So for some reason, it works really, really well for me. Like I used to like making lists, and I'd make a list of like 10 things in a day, and of those 10 things, maybe I'll do 2 or 3 and I feel like a failure. 2-3 days into it, I give up. Don't do that. Use the top 3 method. So in a day, at the beginning of the day, you pick 3 things that you want to achieve before the day ends. So once you've got that list in your head, you either put it down maybe on your phone or in your diary or whatever, and you concentrate on just doing those 3 things today. So I don't know, it's like a psychological thing. A list of 3 things sounds so pathetic. It's like, oh my gosh, that is so easy. How could I fail to do that? And it's like really low hanging fruit, and it motivates you to try and get the work done. And it's also just really, okay, I don't know if it's just me, but it's really, really satisfying to like tick those things off your list. It feels fantastic. Ticking things off your to-do list is just one of the most satisfying things you can do. And because you've only put 3 things, it makes it a lot easier. So at least you know the time that you're actually working on those 3 things, you're doing it effectively and you're not putting yourself under pressure. Because in your mind, you're like, well, I've got the whole day to do these 3 things. So let's just get it done, get it out of the way and see what else I can do on top of those 3 things. So I've been using this method for some time now and it works really, really well for me. And I can be the most unproductive person there is on this planet. I mean, if there was like a role for Captain Procrastinator, that would be me. But with this method, it seems to be working very well for me. Try it. Let me know what you think in the comments. The next tip I have for you guys is to schedule your recreation or relaxation activities. Do it. When you're making your lists or whatever at the beginning of the day, don't like make it completely packed with work from 8 to 5. That just doesn't work out. And you're probably going to slack off at some point. But if you know that, you know what, I just need to work through because between 1 and 3 or between 1 and 2 p.m., I can watch series in that time. It also just helps you to concentrate. So that at 10, 11, when you're feeling a little bit and feel like you just want to chill out and do something else, at least you know you're not come on a clock, I'm watching my series. And it just helps to keep you focused. It also helps to ensure that you're taking adequate breaks while you're working. Because you're working from home these days, it can be really, really hard to blur that line. Because at work you had a defined lunch break, a defined tea break and all that. There was a lot more structure when you're working in a formal environment. But when you aren't, it can get a little bit complicated. Don't forget to schedule in those little breaks that will also just help your mind to be productive and work well when you're meant to be working and relax well when you're meant to be relaxing. Another tip that I have for you guys is to work outside of home. If you have that luxury, of course. I know a lot of people are locked down at home and don't really have the option to do that. But if you can, avoid working from your house. I know there are a few people who work extremely well from home. I'm not one of those people. I struggle. I'm sitting, I'm trying to concentrate, and then I'm like, spiders. Is that a cobweb? Have you ever done procrastinating cleaning where you're like, okay, I have work to do, but I just can't think when the house is so dirty? And you go around, you're sweeping, you're mopping, next thing your day's gone. I try to avoid that by just going to work somewhere else. So I go and work at the hotel where I can work in a little office and I can concentrate. So even in my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to work at a hotel, or I'm going to a place where I'm going to work. So it doesn't have to be an office. Some people work very well at a coffee shop or in a park or outside, even outside in your own house. You can work outside, you can work on your balcony. Just try and switch up the places that you work if you're someone who can't sit and work from your house all the time. I also highly recommend having a schedule on how you plan to spend your day. So I don't mean like minuted down to the second, like at 7:32 I should be having my breakfast, and not quite, but just like have a general idea and tell yourself, well, generally between the times of 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock, I want to be working on this particular project. Between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock, I want to work on this particular project. So it also gives you a little bit of structure, but it isn't like strict down to the minute. It also gives you a little bit of flexibility. It helps you dedicate time to do certain tasks to the best of your ability. That's all I have for you today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.